Welcome to Buy, Hold, Sell. My name's Matthew Kidman, and today we are talking IPOs and a few of the better ones that happened over the last year or so. With me is Romano, Sala, Tenna from Katana Asset Management and Simon Bonouvrie from Cadence. Welcome, gentlemen. All right, IPOs. We've had a few. The big one, Simon, from last year, Medibank, out of the gates with a bang. It's come off a bit.
It has. Look, we participated in the Medibank IPO and we made some money. We're now out of the stock. I think the issue for me is it's on 20 times earnings, pretty expensive for a business that's still relatively low growth. The price of the stock's actually fallen below the issue price, and for an IPO, that's generally not a good sign.
So?
I'd sell it.
Yeah, we're a buy. Love industry thematics, the pole position, pristine balance sheet, highly regulated, so you can pretty much bank your growth year after year. Valuation's not great, but it's reasonable. So we're a buy of Medibank at these prices.
A buy. Okay, let's turn to Spotless, a totally different area, but also an IPO from last year. Buy, hold or sell? Yeah,
Spotless has got a better valuation on it. It's trading quite cheap actually. To be honest, we're struggling to really understand the business as well as we'd like to in the industry. Serco's had some high profile focus of late, and that's obviously good for Spotless. But at the moment, we're still doing a bit more work on that one. We'd much prefer to see a large number of small clients rather than a small number of large clients. That gives you contract risk. So at the moment, for us, it's a hold.
Hold. Spotless, Simon?
I'd have it as a hold. I still remember the days prior to when it was bought from private equity, and it was probably a 10 to 12 times business. It's trading on a mid-teens multiple now. It requires a high growth rate to meet prospectus forecasts. For me, I wouldn't go and buy it, but if I owned it, it's probably a hold trending up. So.
One of the superstar IPOs, accommodation play Mantra.
I like the thematic of Mantra. Domestic accommodation, I think with the Aussie dollar where it is, more people will be staying at home to holiday. These guys are growing their earnings strongly, got a good balance sheet. I think it's a buy.
Accommodation, domestic, currency play. Do you like all that?
As Simon said, some great thematics, some great tailwinds there, throwing the emerging Chinese middle class, etc. So I like all that. And like the fact that it's a high free cash flow generating business, you've got a high translation between profits to cash flow, which is good for shareholders. Valuations are probably just getting a little bit stretched for us. So for us, it's a hold, but with a positive bias.
So Simon, media's been a hard game, especially old world media. But one company that's found a way with a bit of technology is Isentia. Buy, hold or sell?
Well, this is an interesting one. I think, it IPO'd, and obviously if you've held on to it, you've made some decent money. I think the stock's on about 20 times or just above 20 times at the moment. I do like the company. I think they're forecast to give some decent growth over the next few years, and they'll complement that with acquisitions. I would actually buy it. I have it as a buy.
A buy.
Yep.
Mono? Buy?
Yeah, don't want to be too risque here, but look, we struggle to see what is the sustainable competitive advantage in this business. We admit we don't know this space that well and don't understand it fully. But with the current valuation it's on, we're probably leaning more towards a sell, possibly a hold for those who understand the space better.
Great. There you have it. Some of the IPOs expensive, but there's still some buying opportunities.